Afternoon, everybody. It's Rabbi Kolakowski again. I was just listening to Dennis Prager. I just wanted to put in my 2 cents about what he's talking about today. He's talking about basically how, and I agree with him, that there's a tremendous amount of child abuse on the left, telling kids that because of the environmental things, this and that, we are going to die. Someone brought up a comment, they're like, well, you're basically what they said to him is like, you're discriminating against their religion. Our religion teaches fear of God, and their religion teaches fear of the earth or whatever. And his answer was, yeah, but there's a moral superiority in what we're doing to teach people to have respect for authority, including, respect for police officers, respect for teachers, and so forth. And just telling kids, we're all going to die, we're all going to die, we're all going to die. And what crossed my mind was like this, my biggest global fear like this when I was a kid. And the thing was, it wasn't really even a threat when I was a kid. But I watched a lot of stuff from the older days. It was nuclear war. I would have nightmares about, atom bombs going off. And I could feel, the heat on my body just melting, and I'm just dying. And the atom bomb, these were the nightmares I had as a child. And the amazing thing that I'm thinking about is people always joke about the duck and cover videos, the films that they would show the kids duck and cover, and everyone would joke oh yeah, that's, today people look back and watch it, oh yeah, that's gonna really save you from an atom bomb, dude. And the thing is if you really know the truth about the history of atomic weapons, and there were a lot of survivors in Nagasaki and Hiroshima, but not all of them, even though, yes, a lot of people were killed. But if you had a bomb shelter, even the duck and cover move could theoretically save your life. But even if it didn't, even if it was just, as much as they were instilling fear by presenting that, because of a well-founded fear, they were also giving hope. They weren't saying, we're all going to die. They were saying, this could save you. Even if it's not true. Even if it was just something to make them feel better. That's what Dennis is saying here. But the fact is here, and also the point was there, he didn't know. He didn't know if there was going to be a nuclear war or not. And Baruch Hashem, there wasn't. Thank God. Nuclear weapons had not been used in war since World War II. They were only used twice, and that's it. And we're thankful for that. And now I'm not walking around worried about nuclear war. I'm not walking around worried about terrorism. I'm not really walking around worried about anything. I work in a prison. I'm not walking around worried I'm going to be shanked either. Or shift or whatever. Also, fear of God is different than being scared. It's piety, it's awe, it's finding God is awesome. That's what it is. It's not oh, I'm scared, because God loves you, and that's what these kids are missing. These kids who are scared about global warming and I grew up with, these cartoons, Captain Planet and the Toxic Avenger, and these types of shows that tried to scare the kids into believing that this stuff was going to happen, and it didn't, and things are getting better, and the world is fixing itself. God runs this world. He does have us as stewards, and he does expect a certain level of stewardship, which we are doing, but things are nowhere as bad as they thought they would be. I don't think anyone actually thought they would be this bad. They were just trying to scare us back then, just trying to seize power, and that's what this is all about now. But again, they're scaring these kids to think that, Really, the government is the answer. That's what this is all about. Taking an opportunity to seize power. And that's why they hate Donald Trump, because he gave power back to the people. And that's what the ruling class doesn't want. They don't want the people to have power. And so they want to scare us into taking power. That's what the Talmud and the Midrash teaches about the slavery in Egypt. The Egyptians tricked the Hebrews into wanting to be enslaved, like it's a good thing, and you're gonna like this, and then whatever it is, and this is for your benefit, and that's what the Democrats are doing today, whether it's with fear tactics, whether it's with the Santa Claus tactics, like Rush Limbaugh calls it. Whichever it is, they're just trying to, take over, and it's frightening. That's what the progressives want, and there's progressives on both the, in both parties, and again, I was scared to death because I always thought Donald Trump was a progressive and he was going to be more like a Teddy Roosevelt Republican, and he turned out to be more of a Calvin Coolidge Republican, and it makes me very happy. And I just listened to Donald Trump today on the phone line, and it was just a pleasure. He had a special call for the Jewish community ahead of Rosh Hashanah, and wished us all a Shana Tova, spoke about the shofar, spoke about LeDavid, and just a pleasure to listen to that. I'll forgive him for all the Israel talk, and I kind of wish he would talk more about how the Jewish community has been at the forefront of his efforts at prison reform. But it's just wonderful. He's just such a wonderful president. I don't know why people hate him so much. It's just, I think really the main reason why people hate Donald Trump is because he's so good for the Orthodox Jewish community and other religious communities, and there's such a bigotry against religious people from the left, and that's what it's really all, even though he himself is not so religious, but that's neither here nor there, because he respects freedom. He's not about imposing his will on everybody. He's not, I mean, is he, I'm thinking, like, in his personal life, he's been one of the most pro-life presidents there has been. In his personal life, I don't know how pro-life he is, but that's not, he's representing America, not representing, his own views, which is beautiful. So thank you for watching. God bless. Please like, share, and subscribe, comment. We'll see you later.